Hi everyone, welcome to another live session of POPxo Daily, and I hope all of you have been doing well and keeping safe. I am Raagini, the e-commerce fashion and product stylist here at POPxo, and today's live session is about increasing your style quotient by revamping your existing lifestyle products. So there are certain lifestyle products like phone covers, laptop sleeves, basic stationery that we can't really do without, and we end up, stepping up with them very often. And I'll be sharing some ideas on how can we give an interesting spin to these lifestyle products and make them last longer and use them, to their full potential. Also, I feel like lifestyle brands are not always trying to sell their products very directly to the customer, but more often than not, they are trying to sell an experience that comes along with it. And as individuals, we have our role models, and we feel that. By buying certain lifestyle products, we can get closer to having an experience of the people or the person we idolize. So, considering the situation, most of us have been working from home, and certain products like fitness gear, a lot of us have been cooking and getting back to baking. So, kitchenware, baking molds, cake trays, and speakers, earphones, laptop desks, and especially I think masks and sanitizers have become a necessity. So a lot of these products have been trending for a while now. And also why today's live session is important for me is because I think it has an interesting take on the sustainable approach towards using your products. And like I also discussed in my previous videos about being conscious consumers and not giving in to that impulsive buying sort of a situation. So I'll be sharing some ideas of products that I feel we use very often, and how can we give them an interesting spin. So the first product that I have over here is an iPad sleeve. Also, the interesting bit is that it folds open into a folder, something like this. So it's like you can see it's made of patchwork denim, and they've reused, in fact, batches of denim that would have otherwise been sent to the trash. So I think this is a very interesting lifestyle product, because not only can you put in your your iPads or your tablets, it also has two different sections where you can put in your iPad and you can add on other things like your face masks, sanitizers, wallets, etc. Otherwise, if you're a student or somebody who has to carry a lot of papers, etc., to your office, I think this is a good option because it also has a folder. So instead of just carrying a basic clutch, you can opt for clutches or iPad sleeves that are made of discarded fabrics, or like you call them katran in Hindi, or patchwork. It's very interesting. And I think a product like this, it has leather on one side and it has denim on the other. So if you're somebody whose style is very casual, if you're someone whose style is more easy breezy, I think this side really works. Otherwise, if you're someone who finds yourself in more formal situations, you could opt for keeping the leather side towards the outside. And yes, this was the first product, the lifestyle product, which I wanted to share with all of you, which is an iPad sleeve made out of patchwork denim, and it also opens up into a folder. Along with this, I feel there's certain notebooks or planners happens to be a lifestyle product that I really can't do without. And I know a lot of people I've interned under, my mother, for example, at home, my friends, people at my workplace. All of us always have a notebook along with us to just jot down our to-do list, reminders, or if you're in a meeting, make pointers along with that. So I had this really minimal plain black notebook, and I'd been using it for a while. But after some time, I was coming across these ads on interesting notebooks with interesting quotes and graphics, and a lot of interesting textures. So I still had to use this notebook because it had a lot of empty pages left over. So I thought, why don't I pick up an accessory that I'm not using, which happened to be this belt. This is actually a belt that I braided by myself in foundation year and first year college. So if you're a design or fashion student, I think you can really relate to this, because in foundation we have this class called material exploration where we deal with different materials, and suede happened to be one of them. So we braided this belt and I still had it. And I thought, I'm not using the belt, so might as well use this accessory and add it on to the notebook at the back. And yes, that was my notebook with a new look to it. Also, if you're someone who is interested in Indian crafts or experimenting with fabrics, this could be a nice idea for you. Along with the iPad sleeve or the tablet sleeve and the notebook, my third product here is my phone cover. So all of us have phone covers, right? And I think it's a very good idea to always opt for something which is very minimal, very basic. So I had this really simple transparent cover, and after a point of time, I could just see people coming in with these really cool phone covers and phone covers which had interesting texts and prints. And I thought to myself that, why am I, still stuck with something which is so plain and boring? But I thought, why don't I, add some dry flowers? I think they work really well. Also, it has like a little surreal element going on because you're taking something from nature, you're taking dry flowers and putting it on to a tech gadget or your phone. So the combination's interesting, especially nowadays. I think I get a very soothing and calming sort of a feeling when I look at my phone cover, considering their flowers. And bottom line, I think it also looks really pretty. So you can amp up your phone cover, your basic minimal transparent cover, by adding on dry flowers. I think that really works well. And the good thing is, you can, if you're after some time, if you feel like giving it a new twist or a new look, you can always take out the flowers and do something else. You can add on post stamps, you can add on Polaroid images, or a quote that you really like, or photo of your favorite music album, and revamp your phone cover. Also, I feel something like this, dry flowers, they go with everything, every outfit that you want to wear, and they can be casual, boho at the same time. They can also fit into a very wired, formal sort of an environment, because flowers and prints, these floral prints and flowers go around in every situation, and they work really well. So the third product here is for people who are always looking at covering their portfolios or covering their files. And this is my portfolio. So I made this when I was, I think, I was about to start with grade 12, and I had to also, apply for my design and fashion schools. So I had this big A3 sized black portfolio file, which you can see. It exactly looked like this. And I was thinking of ways of, how should I revamp it? How should I make it look more interesting? And then I thought maybe I could have I can go out and buy, a lot of handmade sheets, cover the file with the sheets, and then add on a plastic cover on top so that the file doesn't get dirty. As always, I was procrastinating, and I happened to come across these swatches of fabrics that were lying at my place, and I thought, why don't I just flatten them out and place them neatly on my portfolio? So that is how I came up with this idea of covering my file by adding on patches of fabric, or swatches of fabric rather. Then I had these, like I had a leftover chart paper, so I just added on this coat of why fit and maneuver made to stand out. I think for a portfolio, for a design student, it also really works, because you're inclining towards being unique and supporting your ideas and portraying them. So not only for designing students, even if you're working in an office and you're looking for ideas or ways of covering your files, you don't always have to opt for plastic sleeves, or you don't always have to opt for buying new paper or handmade sheets. You can just have a look at your cupboard, or ask the local tailor that if he or she has any swatches of fabric or katran lying around, and you can take it up and actually make a cover for yourself. So back in school, my style was more quirky, more playful. So I happened to add on a lot of colors and prints in here. But if your style is more minimal, of course you can opt for stripes, checks, or if your style is more quirky and playful, you can also opt for polka dots, or galaxy prints, or stars, or clouds, something more surreal, more dreamy. So this was the third lifestyle product, which was my file or portfolio. You can even do it with smaller files, A4 size files. And the fourth product that I have here is sorry, the fifth product that I have here is my fabric mask. So I think nowadays, I mean, I couldn't have ended this list without talking about the concept of a quad kurta and mask. I think this is a trend that we all have to really watch out for. It's very interesting, and at the same time, it's very sustainable because you're only reusing fabric, leftover fabrics that otherwise will be, sent to the trash. So my if you're someone who's buying a new kurta from a label, or if you're getting a kurta stitched for yourself by any chance during this period, you can opt for getting a matching mask with your outfit. So I have this kurta over here, which my mom actually got for me, and I had no idea, but she got this stitched for me, which was very exciting. I think it's very apt for summers, especially if you've started going out your office. This is something you could think about. And then she also got this matching mask along with the kurta. So here's my kurta, this one here, and along with this, I got a matching mask. So it's really nothing. It's just a leftover piece of fabric to which you stitch on two elastic bands at the end. And I think it's the need of the hour. We need masks, and nothing like making masks out of discarded fabrics. They're reusable at the same time. They're stylish. They add to your style. And so watch out for the trend of quad kurta and mask sets. So I hope all of you have also been dropping in comments or questions regarding any home decor styling queries, or any queries on how to revamp your existing products. And I'll have a look at the questions, and I'm excited to answer them as well. Oh, also I have one more product that I would like to show to all of you, which is, I often find people, especially going online and buying gift bags or buying carry bags. But I think an interesting alternative to that would be of using newspapers to come up with foldable envelopes, foldable pouches, foldable bags. I remember back in school, somebody gifted these books to me, and they were actually wrapped up in newspaper along with some spray paint on the top. So if you are ever in the mood to do a little DIY for yourself, or if you're someone who likes to come up with newspaper bags or envelopes, and if that's your style, I think it caters to the whole concept of sustainability, reusing what we already have. We all have old newspapers at our place, and so I'll be showing you some products. This is a tiny envelope made out of newspaper. Along with this, I found this very interesting concept of coming up with newspaper envelopes. So they're very sturdy because inside you can use rough papers. So it's not like it'll tear open in one go. You can put your sheets and make newspaper envelopes out of them. At the same time, why are we always looking for plastic bags or fancy gift bags when we can easily reuse the old newspapers lying at our place and come up with an interesting newspaper bag? So this is a very basic newspaper bag that I had at home, and I thought I'll share with all of you. Besides this, you can always make it more interesting by adding small cards to the bag, or you can add on interesting ribbons or jute strings or fabric strings. So those are just a couple of more ideas. And now I'll be just logging in, and I'll be seeing if there are any questions from your end. Sorry guys, this is taking longer than expected. Let me try again. So also, besides any questions, if you have any other ideas on how to amp up your lifestyle products and reuse them for longer, you could drop in those ideas as well. And I would love to read them out aloud and share it with the other viewers. So here it is. All right. I'm really sorry I cannot seem to get access to your questions here as of now. I'm trying, but it's not taking me to the page. In any case, this is a little bit of a disappointment, but I'll make sure to go onto YouTube and check out all your comments and answer them there on YouTube. So this live video will be uploaded on YouTube. You can drop in your questions there in the comment section below, and I'll make sure I answer them right after this live video ends. Thank you for tuning in, guys. I hope all of you are keeping safe. And for more content on everything beauty, fashion, fitness, you could come back to the POPxo app and have a look. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.